break the chains. Through the night and through the pain, rising up to fight again. With hearts of fire and souls so bold, the destinies begin to unfold. We are the warriors, shining bright, guided by the light. Together we'll soar forevermore in a world reborn tonight.
Everywhere Cassidy went on the planet, there were sinners. She couldn't blame them, of course, as sins do not follow the law of man. One could not, should not, try to tie sins to morals. While robbing a man is considered a sin by man, an infant tossing food is considered a sin to her soul. Cassidy was constantly aware of those around her and every wrong they'd ever done. Yet, she did not kill, for now, at least. She was focused on finding Afton. The man had taken everything from her. He stole her childhood, murdered her family, and robbed her of her powers. Some of the others had lost more, but by that point, they were already too far gone to be affected as deeply as she was. So it was easy to pick up the trail where it left off when the coward went into hiding. Those who had willingly helped him were seen very differently through her senses and could be tracked down easily as long as they stayed away from densely populated areas. Cassidy frowned as she heard the jets passing overhead. The military had been getting in her way in her search for Afton. He had fed them lies about the origin of powers, likely claiming it came from some secret gene in the human body, which was not true. Powers were an expression of one's soul, usually a strong emotion that represented them. The emotions her powers stemmed from were desperation and hatred. Desperation was expressed in the form of her light beams in flight, super strength, while her hatred was manifested in shadow manipulation, transmutation of shadows into anything she wished, and teleportation in reality manipulation. Sadly, William had somehow stolen her shadow powers and erased any memory of how he did it. Perhaps that is why I won't regret what I'm about to do, she said, looking down at the black gauntlets covering her arms. She then teleported on top of the jet and raised her right hand toward the pilot. The center of her palm shined like a little star before a yellow beam shot out and hit the pilot. Cassidy started levitating and let the plane fly off with its dead pilot. She turned around and fired energy beams at the other jets, cutting them in half. Luckily or unluckily, one of the pilots ejected and was spotted by Cassidy. The black-haired teen stretched out her hand and teleported the pilot into her grasp. She ignored the pilot struggling against her and put her right hand on their helmet, starting to squeeze. The soldier struggled more as the visor began to crack. Cassidy realized that crushing the pilot was taking too long, so she threw them high into the air. A small star formed in her hand, and she threw it after the pilot. She then teleported a mile away, turning around and ignoring the explosion in the sky. She looked at her hands for a long moment before she smiled. It felt good to punish sinners. Now time to find the desert base.
As the sun sets, we find our way through the shadows of yesterday. With every step, our hearts align in the echoes of time. We are the dreamers, we are the light, guided by hope in the darkest night. Together we'll find the strength to rise in the echoes of heroes' cries. Through the battles and the pain, we'll keep moving, we'll sustain. With every trial we'll grow strong in the echoes of heroes' cries. We are the dreamers, we are the light, guided by hope in the darkest night. Together we'll find the strength to rise in the echoes of heroes' cries. Through the battles and the pain, we'll keep moving, we'll sustain. With every trial we'll grow strong in the echoes we below's cries. When the world find solace in the fray. With every heartbeat we'll endure. In the echoes of Weeble's Christ. We are the dreamers, we are the light. Guided by hope in the darkest night. Together we'll find the strength to rise. In the echoes of heroes' cries. In the echoes of heroes' cries. We are the dreamers, we are the light. Guided by hope in the darkest night.